Alright YouTubers, thanks for checking things out on my channel. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty on this TrailBlazer that I purchased, and it looks like this will be my winter driver as we go into the winter time here in 2016 in about 5 or 6 months. But I've got a lot done to it, and it looks like today we are going to go ahead and replace the brakes and rotors on the front. Okay, let's get right into the video. Go ahead and block your back wheels like I have here. Get the front of it up in the air. In this case I'm using my 1930s and 40s antique jack. It is a beast. And get a jack stand up under that frame for some security. And next, obviously, go ahead and get this wheel off. Put it off to the side. And now we have access into the brakes and the caliper. Alright, so we got everything all set up here and we're ready to go ahead and start working on this. I know there are hundreds of videos on how to put brakes on a TrailBlazer, but I might as well add my 2 cents, right? So let's go ahead and get busy here. Okay, so what we got to do now, we got a couple of bolts here we got to take out. We'll need a 17mm socket and an 18mm, and we'll go ahead and turn this wheel to the right a little bit so we can have access in the back of this brake caliper and retaining clip. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull some bolts out of here. Now I've loosened some of these up to make the video a little faster, and we're going to use a 17mm on these caliper bolts here. And if this whole thing turns and gets you in a bind, you can put a wrench down here on this, and this will hold that from turning. And you can see I pretty much got this already out anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. There is the bolt for that one. Now we got one up on the top we got to take out. Go ahead and get this one out this way. I tell you, my Craftsman wrenches, ratchets are pretty much trashed. And the local Sears Center closed up locally, so I can't take them back now and have these replaced here, these little guys here. So I'm going to have to probably start buying different tool sets. Let me know what you guys think is pretty decent tools to have nowadays that you are buying. There's the other bolt, so we're going to take that off, and we'll take our screwdriver and pop this out of here like this. Sometimes, you know, in some of the other vehicles, you can put your screwdriver in here and actually force this caliper to the left or right, and often you can get these pistons back in their bore, but we will have to use a C-clamp to push them back in with our new brakes. So let's go ahead and get this out of here. There we go. Alright, there is that, and as you can see here how far these things are pushed out, we're going to have to push them all the way back in. And we'll do that in a few minutes. We'll put our caliper on the frame, rested over there. And now we're going to pop off our brakes, and you can see why I'm replacing the rotors and brakes. And a tip is, if you're going to replace your brakes, if you have any grooves on your rotors, get rid of them. These TrailBlazers are notorious for going through brake pads. These are very heavy vehicles, and they require some braking power to stop them, so just so you know. So we'll go ahead and get these out of here. Sometimes they can be a little tight. Well, that one's out anyway. Outside one. Now we're going to get this one out. Alright. You can see there's nothing left of these shot. They were down to the little squeal indicators. They weren't squealing, but they were ready to. And anti-rattle clip, well, it's not so good. Looks like I'll have to replace it a little bit later. And we got one on the top here that actually survives. So now we've got that out of the way. What we got to do now is get an 18mm socket and go ahead and pop off this caliper bracket back here. And these can be a little tight to get off. Like I said, I've loosened these. Sometimes you have to use a breaker bar. Get these off. And the top one's loose. Get this off. Really, these are pretty easy to brakes to replace. It's really no excuse for riding around with a bad brake on these and ruining the rotors, because if you go down into the metal, the rotors, you're going to have to replace the rotors. And we'll look at my setup here that I bought. We'll look at the brakes and the rotors that I bought here in a minute. I'll show you how much I paid for them. Alright, so we got this off. Put that off the side, then really all we have to do is take our rotor off. And you can see the rotor is trashed. Big groove cut right there. I'm not sure what that's all about. Looks like it was right down just about into the metal. So this is why we're replacing these. Okay, so here are my new brakes and rotors. I picked this entire set here up online on eBay from a dealer for $70 free shipping, and you can't beat that. And these are the heavy rotors with the vented discs in the middle there. And here are the four brake pads left and right. And once we get these on, we'll have brand new brakes. So here's a look at those. I just want to show you guys those. Okay, now before we go ahead and start putting these brakes on, we have to push those calipers back in their bore. I've got a couple of C clamps. Make sure you go ahead and take off your brake reservoir cap, because we will have some fluid backing up through there, and you might want to put a cloth below that just to catch it. But it shouldn't be too much. Just so you know, if you see a wet spot under your vehicle, there's probably some brake fluid backing up through your caliper, through the calipers into the master cylinder reservoir here, and it may leak out a little bit. And here's my setup. I've already pushed one of the pistons back in its bore with that caliper, and with that clamp I should say, and this clamp here, I'm going to use this one and push this one back in. I think you can kind of see that there going in. And that's basically how you can do that. They make a special tool for this, but I don't live close to too many decent auto parts store, but I'm going to get me a set of those. They're pretty nice to have, and you can see that's pushed all the way back in. And now when we put our new brakes on, we won't have to fight with it. Everything should go on pretty easy. So those are all the way back. This is one way you can do this job there, getting those calipers, the pistons back in the calipers there. Now, some of you are probably wondering why there's grease everywhere. I don't have a leak. I live in the Northeast, and we, you know the story, the rust and the salt and the frame damage and the body damage. I have this here, and I put used oil in it. When I change my oil, I keep all my oil, and I squirt this all over the frame, and it keeps the rust down. And I tell you what, if you do that, you'd be surprised just how much longer your frame will last. So I've got some oil in there. That's what that's all about. All right, now, so we'll go ahead and stick our rotor on. And by the way, this is a brand new wheel bearing that I made a video on. Search for my website. You'll see it on my channel. And now I'm going to stick this on. And it looks great. This is going to be so much nicer. It stopped okay before, but this will just reinsure everything this winter that I have good brakes on the front, and it should stop. I shouldn't have any issues, no problems. And now we'll go ahead and put our bracket on the back here. It's cleaned up. It's about as clean as it's going to get at this point. And we'll kind of start these bolts by hand and straighten up a little bit there. Alright, so there's one started. And we've got one from the top. And this one on the top, get that one started. That little bit of oil that I squirted in here makes these bolts work a lot easier. You can do a lot more faster by tightening things up with your fingers like that, and all you gotta do is torque that down. So we'll go ahead and tighten that up. Alright, the top one's torqued and tight pretty much, and this one here will be done also. And I have a good feel. These are supposed to be torqued down to about 60 pounds. Alright, actually what we need to do is put these brakes here, not in the caliper itself. And I've got, just so you know, when you buy some of these brakes, sometimes they give you new little clips here, these little anti-squealers that tells you when the brakes are getting bad. You have to put them on yourself, no big deal. Put that on like that. And of course my lower anti-rattle clip, I'm going to have to get another one. You can't interchange these. They're pretty much top and bottom unchangeable. And we'll put this down here like this, and there like that. Get this one started. There we go. Maybe tap it just a little bit there. And how about that? Yep, brand new brakes. Alright, and lastly, all we have to do is go ahead and put our caliper over our brakes and slide this on like that. And my friend, we have brand new brakes and rotors on this vehicle. How sweet is that? Go ahead and kind of loosen these, put these bolts in here loosely just for now, because I hear the ice cream truck coming, playing music. So I'll go ahead and do the other side, and I'll give you a quick look at it. But this is how you do this in a nutshell. Very easy to do. If you do this yourself, if you do both sides on the front of this, get your own brakes and rotors, you're going to save yourself about $450. I did this job for $60 and some know-how. So don't be hard on yourself. You know you can do these things, okay? Just do it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and work these guys down here. And I apologize, the sun is so bright now. It's probably playing tricks with my camera. And you're not probably able to see, but give these about 35 pounds of torque. And also, some guys, when they push this piston back in this bore, they like to go down here and loosen up this bleeder so the fluid will leak out here instead of getting pushed back to the ABS system. But I never have had a problem, but it's up to you. And I don't like to open up this bleeder because you're going to allow air to get into the system and you're going to have to end up bleeding your brakes. So we're all done here, and we'll go back to the other side and I'll put them on. We'll give you a quick look at it and we'll wrap up this video. And okay, as we kind of wrap this video up, I am on the driver's side, and you can see I got the brake pads on in the new rotor. No big deal. Sometimes you got to fiddle around with these clips a little bit. If they have rust in them, you got to kind of help these pads to get in there, these anti-rattle clips. Other than that, all I got to do is go ahead and put the caliper back on. And this side is done, so it wasn't really too bad of a job. And I might as well show you the pads. Here's what the pads were like. These are just unacceptable for road use. I don't know why people let pads and their brakes get this bad. And here's a look at the rotor. You can see it's got a place on the outside that's completely wore off. So you can see there's marks on it and everything. So this is why you want to replace the rotors and the brake pads at the same time, because it will last a lot less longer, especially if you're going to be out in the winter time. And the ice and snow and the salt, because it does take a toll on your brakes. So just so you know. Now really the only thing I have left to do is replace this little sway bar. Check this out, sway bar and link. It's shot. They're both like that. And this looks like it might be kind of a pain to get out, because I know as soon as I start loosening this nut up here, this whole thing's going to turn inside that. So I may go ahead and order some of these and replace them and make a quick video, because all these TrailBlazers, these are all bad. So looks like that's something I'll do in the future. So let's just go up here real quick before we end the video, and believe it or not, the reservoir did not leak out. It filled it all the way back up. So I guess I'll go ahead and put this cap back on, and don't forget to check that. So that worked out pretty good there. Okay, everything's back together, everything's torqued, and all I gotta do is put the wheel back on, and I am ready to rock and roll. So I hope this video helps you out if you're going to be replacing the brakes on your TrailBlazer from 2002 to 2009. Alright everyone, thanks for watching, and until my next video, I hope everybody has a great afternoon or night, wherever you're watching me from. Say hi and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. So until my next video, I'll see you guys then.